allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Morning, everybody. All right, go into board minutes for January decision.
I make a motion that we accept the board minutes for January 17th, 2023.
Public comment. Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried and passed. Okay, correspondence. Can I just bring that one that you gave them?
I put it back.
Okay. The first one from the Lowell National Forest request for comment. Missoula Ranger District. On the proposed granite grave shedded fuel break project. Next one from Reese. Prevention specialist on the support provided to aid Southwest Montana prevention and securing funding for the CPC program. Is this that drug program that we're involved in? Or?
So she's the prevention specialist that is supposed to be providing prevention in our schools out of Butte Cares. You guys provided a letter of support for them to apply for a CTC grant. That's the Communities That Cares grant, and they were awarded that grant. So she was writing you a thank you.
Okay, the other thing is why is it, I mean, I have no problem, but I just reading to who it goes to. I mean, they're going to her.
Oh, because my printer, I'm all out of some things, so I had to send them to Sue to have her print them for me.
Okay, I didn't know if there was.
Sorry.
change.
Nope.
Yeah, you're good.
Sorry.
Any comments on that? The next one's from the sheriff, Scott Dunkerson, on telling us he has no, my crew have no interest in being new junk vehicle coordinator after Speed King race, so they don't want to do that. I figured that.
You know, my whole thing on that was, nobody expected them to be the coordinators. All it takes is somebody to put a number on a vehicle.
I'll let you read it, on part of that.
Yeah.
They just don't want to do it.
And in that response, that's fine.
Did you read the whole thing?
Of that, what, that one or this?
This one. Bent down there, it's like. Yeah, I kind of got, yeah, kind of.
Okay, so anyway, and my response to that is that the Crook Recorder's office already said that they didn't mind going out and marking the vehicle.
Hmm.
And we already decided that they would receive compensation from the junk vehicle program to supplement their budget.
Well, they got a brand new rig, go out there and mark the vehicle.
No,
Nice one.
Huh?
what brand new rig?
The quick record, this one. The white
The
one.
one out there. Yeah?
That isn't to go mark vehicles.
He could
What's
use
it
it,
for?
he could use it, I guess.
Why can't they use it? I mean,
Well, maybe you should use it to go inspect roads. So
I'm gonna
it
get into
saves
this.
you,
Right now.
wait a minute.
yeah,
I
there
mean-
you go, let's just forget it.
It's a just correspondence. We'll go into the next, we got that coming up. We'll wait, okay, not do it twice. Any other correspondence?
Nope.
The next one will be public comment on commissioners. Matter. Any public comment? On 1 minute or so.
Maybe we should get a public comment from Blaine saying howdy doody. He's on there. Where's your face, Blaine?
Ask him how he's doing.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Morning, Blake.
Good morning.
Getting better?
Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Yeah, the knees getting better. I got to be in a straight leg brace for a while here, but yeah, able to work from home from right now. So, but if anyone needs anything, call my cell or email me. I'll get back to you.
All this free time you have, are you cooking stuff for us or what?
I don't know if you want me to cook for you, but
Yeah.
So you're gonna be on crutches then?
yeah, I'm trying to wean off them a little bit, but walking with a straight leg brace, yeah, puts you off balance a little bit.
Oh,
So we need the elevator done up there.
Yeah.
yeah, we'll jump right on it.
All right, sounds good. How are you guys?
Good.
Good.
Okay, Elena has a comment, Blake. Go ahead.
Okay.
Elena.
Thank you. Elena Gagliano for the record. I still have questions regarding closing meetings, regarding personnel, agenda items, and also just closing it whenever the commissioners feel like closing it. And there are rules, there's codes, and I'd like some further discussion on that, and I will send a letter regarding this. A formal letter. Thank you.
Any other public comment?
Is our phone working again?
It is.
Did it, was it you unplugged it and plugged it back in and it started working?
Yeah, I called the Blackfoot technical support and she said it just needed a hard reboot. Is what happened was it was forwarding all of your calls back through the system.
And now we can answer it.
Mhm. We tested it and everything.
That phone's been pain. We bought it. Had nothing but trouble with them. Remember, they shut down everything downstairs and upstairs. The wind's not very nice. Oh,
What's that?
that wind, it's cold. It's really howling down the valley.
Nothing, that's one. North wind or?
It's kind of coming out of the west, coming up the draw. I don't know. Feel was, I don't, kind of coming up, you know. But then in about an hour, then it changed. It's kind of round. Any public comment? Sounds like Blaine's in very good spirits. Well, that's gonna be a long old road, ain't it?
Did you say you wanted to ask me something?
No, I just asked for
Oh.
public comment. I was just saying
Okay,
that. So just, that it sounded like you're in pretty good spirits and it's a long old road to get healed up.
yeah, keep a positive attitude.
Blaine on being sure on, and we got that comment from Elena, and she emailed last week stating that when we closed for a personnel reason, and she didn't felt that we shouldn't. I don't know, I think that when there's kind of an emergency situation coming in and it's a personnel problem, do you feel that, yes, we can close it to discuss this, whether it's on the agenda or not?
But yeah, it should be closed unless the employee waives their right to privacy. So and you have matters come up that you have to discuss right away. I would if you so I don't
Well,
I don't believe you've made any mistakes.
My opinion too, Wayne, it's just like a couple times we've closed. Cause we're in, talking about the damn stuff and that's stuff that, we just, you were here, we did it all the right way. I don't know why she keeps saying. There's stuff that we don't wanna say out until we figure out what's going on. That's kind of a.
Yeah, the issues with Slick Creek Hydro, that those could be closed because of litigation strategy. You haven't said you're bringing a suit yet, but we did mediation and it's going to that point potentially.
That's the only thing that we really closed on was being personal matters and stuff like that. I don't know why she's always got to complain about every time we close.
Well, I would say wait for the email and then you can respond to the email.
Okay.
She has another comment.
Oh, go ahead, Elena.
Thank you, and thank you, Blaine. I suggest you wait until I send my formal email, because the reason why I'm questioning it is because what I see from the codes and from freedom of information, open meetings, you are violating the procedure regarding closing a meeting. And that's my point. That's why I keep bringing it up. So I will send the letter to all three of you, and then you can put it on the agenda and discuss it. Thank you.
Okay, we're a minute early, but we're gonna go ahead and jump into it. Since there's no more public comment, we're gonna go into the weekly report, road and bridge, hall, and solid waste. You're up.
And we are just throwing a little sand and. Got one blade up there, dog swinging, widening the road out and on the Farms Creek side. And there's just not much going on for right now anyway, because we don't have much snow. We got all done with the gravel pit out there with our part of it. And he's starting to get ready to get crushed. He broke some belts and stuff, so we had to get some parts, but hopefully he's crushing today. But that's their deal now, at least we're done with that.
They said the state was out there and flew with a drone and stuff and looking at it.
Yeah.
It was always good.
Yeah, I haven't got the report back yet, but They were just flying it all and then they'll fly it again when it's done. We had a couple gates put up, we're gonna wait till spring. Because you just can't. You gotta put bigger posts in the ground. Just can't do it.
He's good with that, with Ryan.
He's fine with it. Yeah. Dude, we got a barbed wire gate there. Other than that, not too much. They worked on scales yet, the beaver gone, got them cleaned out. There's just a little bit of ice in there for the flow, but not a big deal. We got this warm weather. Mother Nature pretty much took care of it itself, but. Yeah, I'm still working on the backhoe for the drone dump. Waiting for the guy to come in line for it.
And this one,
And-
this one.
Other than that, that's about it. I talked to Barry on the deer lodge dump stuff. And he's hoping in 2 weeks to give us a price, a ton price, and then I'll give that to you guys, and then you guys will have a meeting with them whenever you feel like doing it. And it might be they meet the first Tuesday of every month, and he's not positive they're gonna give us a price this next week. Maybe not, it might be another month. They're trying to figure it out. One of their big deals is they wanna make sure that they're not gonna charge us less than they're charging their own people to pay taxes there.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. And they're having a hard time figuring that out because they don't weigh anything. They just do it by their allotted amount of yardage. And for us, we wanna weigh it. Because that just takes the guess out of it, you know? And. So we've got them everything that they need until we see what happens with that. He wanted to know kind of where we would be at if you guys decided to do it. Hell, it'll be a year.
Yeah.
I mean, it just realistically, it would be impossible to do anything before.
Right.
You know,
We're with the Republic until the end of this year, though.
I'm sure you are,
Yeah,
yeah.
I thought it expired this year.
one of the main things, like, we just wanted to check and see if it's even working.
Yeah, well, it's feasible for them
At
to,
least for the moving. Yeah, so the person understands.
yeah, you'd be looking at trucks and dumpsters and because the dumpsters that we have out there belong to, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's not just overnight deal. No, it's a moving on it, good job.
Another thing I want to bring up is, we're starting to go on more of these roads where we can't turn around and it's gonna be worse next year. It's just gonna be, and I think we need to look at buying a new 4-wheel drive plow truck. It's short, that you can, well, to start with, the 4-wheel drive part, because half these roads are goddamn steep, you know? And
so how
you
would
just
you,
gotta
work-
be able to maneuver.
how would you work that? Would you put a plow on the front of that or a blade or
Yeah, it'd have to be set up the same as what we have now, only it'd be
it's just,
2 axles instead of 3.
And then some of them have sanders in front of the tires, so you can sand as you're going up, so you don't get.
That's like the one we just put together.
and this is a very good thought. And this is something that maybe we can put on our wish list for our extra money we received from the federal government, money that was owed us. And that we can spend on stuff that we couldn't afford before, is my philosophy on that.
I think we're gonna have to, it's
Yeah.
no different going up this one now, trying to turn around up there.
It's It's a Bearcat turnaround up there on that, where we just took this on this top
Yeah.
side. But
Something that.
it's just a thought, and that is something that is gonna happen. We need to make a decision on that sooner than later, because it'll take a year to get a truck,
Yeah,
you know?
Tell me about it.
Huh?
Tell me about it.
Would you order a truck?
You know, about people.
you're still
Well, shit, you only
waiting.
got 2 months to wait. Another thing I'd like to bring up is. Putting bathrooms in at the dumps.
You know
Yeah,
what?
putting bathrooms and running water at the dumps.
That'd be a good idea.
I mean, they got outhouses. There's no running.
Where's the closest water?
Well, the Drummond has a well. But Beaver you'd have to drill. But they should have water on location anyway, even if it was for a dumpster fire, you could spray some water in the dumpster. Any, you know,
See, and that's another good thought
yeah.
Yeah, see what,
to put on our wish list.
see what it's gonna cost, maybe having. Go ahead and go out and see what, actually, we're gonna do this here in a couple of weeks, or we're gonna start looking at this stuff that. Have some facts and stuff on what it will cost, what it costs it real well. How big a place you're gonna put in, just.
So we spent what, 35,000 from our 2 million. That leaves us with, no. I was sure, I think. So
Just had to get it going.
what's your thoughts on getting a smaller truck? Knowing that we're gonna have to hit places that,
Well, I'd like to think about it, but is there any chance of just making turnarounds? Like up there?
Well, you can do that, but. That's baby one compared to what's gonna start happening.
I'm worried that we won't have the axe or the right of way and that, and people are gonna try to start making turnarounds on people's places. And then they're gonna be coming up, well, this ain't yours, blah, 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 you're whiting out that's gonna be the next one.
so
And it's two bedroom, but yet they don't want nothing.
When they get around and climbing these hills and stuff, without having to chain up and everything too as well, you know. But it's just a thought. Certainly doesn't need to be decided today. I just know that. It's gonna get a lot worse
I think
by next year.
a person put it on that when we have that meeting, when we're sitting there, it's just something that we wanna make sure and write down that we look into that. a Couple other things.
we'd need how much it would cost,
Probably 180 or better.
180 for a new truck,
I'm sure.
180,000.
180,000?
One time you put, I'm talking about a semi, four-wheel drive. Regular big truck, you know, little old,
How many ton, 1 ton?
oh no, something we can put. 6-7 yards of gravel in it, like the one that we jumped a few years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just a regular truck.
Not a pickup, cause if they had a pickup, he'd be doing his own. And they keep giving. it-
Yeah, no, a regular truck that we can use it for wherever, yeah,
Mm.
just a 2-axle instead of 3-axle, you know,
2 axle.
one in front, one back.
One on the side.
So water, a well. At the Peeper dump. And then bathrooms.
Yeah, I don't know how much how big a little shed you wanna build, or is that something guy, I mean. You have to look in and see what it costs and down.
Well, it shouldn't cost too much to drill a well.
Right.
You want to think
A
so,
little,
put a septic tank in, put a add on there and put a bathroom, you know.
That to me is a necessity. I would think.
that septic.
Right.
The main thing is keep them clean.
Yeah,
I think,
Yeah, we'll just, when did you wanna have this? Sit down and those and stuff, like maybe 2 weeks, give them a little time to get some.
do you think ideas for you?
Hmm?
I've got ideas,
ideas?
how to spend it. I've got good ideas. Have you thought about ideas?
Let's see.
Are you saying, well, yeah. if we have ideas, why not?
Well, we're not all gonna agree on everything.
Well, of
That's the
course not.
thing. Guy needs to bring some stuff to the table. It's not.
You guys aren't gonna agree? That'd be weird.
But, well, let's put that on the agenda for in 2 weeks, or we can sit down and start kind of looking into some of it. We can go out and get some figures. Is that all right with you guys?
Yeah.
A little off the subject, but we never heard back from the cow guy. Cow compost poster guy. You're supposed to get a hold of that
Jungle.
Junko, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought was the conservation district doing meetings on the carcass site stuff?
Who is?
I'll look it up. Not conservation district, the watershed coordinator. Harley that was here, they were gonna get ready to start hosting some meetings on that kind of stuff. I think theirs was more. I will get a hold of her.
I mean, that's such a good idea to have a prison.
Yeah, I was talking to Bill Shank about that. He thought that was a good idea.
Got some papers that were in my box and it's a for subdivision addressed to Mike Cahill.
Where at?
Oh.
Not grand, but I just figured to give it to Blaine.
Right here,
Why are they giving it to you? Is there something?
It was in my box, I don't know why.
right, should go to Linda, and then it goes to the planning board, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Where's it at?
Granite,
Where?
up by granite,
What division up there?
somebody trying to put their lots up. I don't know. I just glanced at it because I know it's gotta go to somebody.
And they'll be back in and want to go up there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think this goes to Linda and then if maybe Linda already has a copy. But is there a place where the road department has to sign off on it too?
there is, but I opened that, so I know nobody's looked at it. And until they. The planning board
See,
looks
like
at
the
it.
fire department would get one. He's sending to all the people that need to receive it. And
Oh, the commission.
so he had Mike on his for road department.
Oh.
So I think probably,
Just make sure.
yeah, just Linda would make sure that.
Cause she's gotta be,
Yeah,
Before anybody
yeah,
signs
for
it.
you, what you need to sign.
and then it's gotta go to the planning
Yeah.
board and all that.
Yeah, and I'm sure Linda,
Just-
he's sending all this out. So we'll just go ahead and hold it for the road for. We should update the list. That anything pertaining to surveys. For the road department come to Billy, do you think, or you?
Oh, it doesn't matter to me, I just know that. Until the planning board looks at it, there's no need
Yeah.
to be looking at it.
Well, you have to sign off.
Right.
Yeah.
After Linda.
Yeah.
After they look at
After
it.
we approve it too, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, after the planning board and Linda that brings in the big thing, then. Yeah, gotta go through all that fire stuff.
I always just go.
This is up at Arrowstone.
Oh, is it Arrowstone? Oh, I thought it was over in Granite. That's why I said.
What they still gotta go through the whole channels before we do that.
So what is it, a minor subdivision?
Yeah.
If it's in Yellowstone, it'd be a minor and a major.
Okay, still got a couple more minutes, anything else?
No, oh, yeah.
You guys have anything else? Any public comment for road supervisor, solid waste? Okay, well, we'll move on to the dam.
Yep, see you guys.
Thanks, Paul.
Yep, see you later.
All right, at 6428.08, 17.04 is what I got. It's go to the full, and that's at 6.
Let me see if it's
I
there.
have an update from him. Good. This were, yeah, the inflows were 64% of December. They're still staying about 62 to 68% inflows for January, what I'm saying. I guess my biggest concern before we make a motion of that is just how cold it's gonna be, and do we have, or should we not, do we have to, should we go to 10 to get through this cold spell, or? Like, this is all up for. Yeah, so.
Okay, last Friday I saw the map of the. Drought conditions for Montana, and we are in a severe drought condition. Bitterroot is too. The Bitterroot's a bit lower than we are actually for moisture content. They're at 80, we're at 83. And the only worst part is up in the High Line where it's we're extreme. And they were one above the disaster, something, I can't remember. But no, they're extreme and we're severe. So they're all worse off than we are, but we're pretty bad off. And but then all around us is pretty much normal. But it's Bitterroot and here.
Animation, I was up there, and man, you're over 100 there.
What's that?
The mission were looking good, they're way above. The lower valleys, that's a problem, they're getting good up above, hopefully it'll come down. The lower valley up there around your own end, it's not, it's dry, it's scary. So I guess, what do you think? You got a comment?
Yeah, from Paul Cowan. The long range forecast is cold and wet for here. And there's 2 storms in the 10-day forecast. The lake level continues to rise. And if you read Todd's report, it's probably gonna, the inflows are probably gonna stay the same. So if we're around 16, 17 in that area, and if we go to 10. it's
How do they know
minimal
it's
effect.
10?
Todd's a hydrologist that runs a model of the dam.
So why is it only going up a half an inch
It's
in a week? If we're putting out 6 and 16 or 17 is coming in.
because that's all it will go up. You know, we're an exit, we got the snow water equivalent is above normal for this time of year.
No, it's not.
It is too, Regis
No, it's
report.
not.
Regis report, it's in the fact, I don't want to argue with anybody today, we just recommend going to 10, and we're not gonna lose anything with those inflows, we're not gonna lose anything going to 10. And it is gonna get cold, and the cold weather is good for the snowpack too.
So my comment is, just checking it today and then comparing it to last year. And we have more water in the lake today than we did last year. And then it's been a Georgetown Lake update from Brad, what's his name? Todd Black. He says outflows of 7, which we've been doing 6. And he does say inputs 16.62. And so you're saying at 16.62 and coming in, but it's not going to bring it up because of why? Why?
Oh, it is, it definitely bring it up, and it's gonna keep going up, and we have less going out like that, and I'm saying for now. The inflows are gonna stay the same because of temperatures, there's no snow melting. Okay, so the inflows aren't gonna change, if they're not gonna, we're not gonna see a huge jump in the inflows. And so if we went to 10, the lake is still rising.
Well, that's why I brought the comment up about if it's gonna be for 3-4 days, going down to 20 below again. What, I just don't wanna see something damage either. I know we gotta feel it, It seems like it truck, it seems like it should be filling faster, but there's such an abundance area up there, it's taking forever to, how low were we really? Down, and all that out further and, all out and. It's filling, but it's slow. That's my opinion.
Well, my comment too is that when we had it at 10, and I mentioned this last week, that there was really no change. Up or down. So. What changes there, keeping it at 6? Is there that much a change keeping it at 6,
Well, we got approximately half an inch,
half an inch?
and at 10, we got nothing.
So really.
My point is, if it's coming in at 16 or 17. I say closer to 10, well, personal opinion. But whatever, I mean, and then it says it's gonna get cold and wetter. Well, when it gets cold and wetter, then we can talk about bringing it up. I mean, if we're really getting the snow, but I tell you, it's.
Well, he's saying we're coming out 7, so I mean, if we jump it up to 10 through this whole next week just to cover the cold spell, I mean, we're only going up 3 CFs.
But we don't know how cold it's gonna get, the weather.
But I mean, if we wait till the last minute, then, yeah, I mean.
I'm gonna make a motion that we up it to 10. When we up it to 10, do we have to get permission to lower it back to 6? If you're saying you're assuming that 10 is coming in, why can't 10 go out? Then we're not gonna lose any at all.
We already got the agreement from all the other people. And the organizations to go to 6, and I'm sure they didn't assume. And their opinion was to fill the lake slowly, and so if we go to 10, then we're just negating that agreement with them at 6.
But the last time we went, because we went to 10 due to the fact because of the cold during Christmas, remember, they come in and. I guess I'm looking at my one time good and the next time not. I want to feel it, don't get me wrong, I'm not.
Last time they said it was gonna get record breaking cold, and it was gonna be like 40 below, which it did.
Yeah,
And 40 below is pretty.
I mean, I see here was my thing saying 27, 30, 31 below. I mean, I just looked at it, we lose $60 a day when we run from 6 to 10. We go from 10 down to 6 at $60 a day we lose. I thought it was a lot more now, but it's. That's on the money deal, that's why I brought that up.
Yeah, do whatever they want. You're the one that's going to explain to them when they like them. If you don't. But you gotta get those spring rains, and like I say, I watched it last year, I know. Beyond a shadow of doubt, that that lake would not have filled if we didn't get those spring rains we got last year, and I measure them all the time. Yeah, if you don't get the spring rains.
Down right now, even at 6 until this spring we have, is that 6 gonna fill it though? So now,
In March, we should probably be running at least at 15.
what's that?
In March, we should be running at 15 CFS, because it's gonna fill. At least with everything going on, and then we still have snow in the forecast.
They got snow in the forecast, but they don't know how much,
Okay.
and then if it's cold, it's a dry snow.
You don't know how much either.
Huh?
You don't know how much either.
No, I don't,
Okay,
until we see how much.
you said it on public, you think it's 10, why do you think it's 10 when we bring facts to these meetings from people that do this?
Because
for
it
a
wasn't
living?
going up when we were letting out 10, it was
Because
saying,
it was 40 below, nothing's melting, it's freezing up water coming in.
it wasn't 40 below.
And it was a very minimal run at 10.
We went, when it was 40 below, we went to 10, to
Yeah.
make sure that everything didn't freeze.
Then you guys went to 10 another week, and it stayed. Right.
And we didn't lose nothing, we gained.
But you didn't gain anything, you didn't lose anything at 10. That's what I'm saying.
It
I
still
think
came
we
up
should be at
slightly
10.
higher.
I seriously think we should be at 10. That's my opinion.
Well, I made the motion 10.
whatever. There were some people who were supposed to be on Zoom. And obviously they're out there, so do whatever you want.
Well, we don't need to get all mad about it. I mean, we're trying to figure, I wanna feel too, but I mean, we're not losing nothing that here. That's all I'm saying, are we? We don't go down.
Well, when
We're
you
still-
look at
we're
what they
gaining
say,
about the same as we do on 10 as we do 6. I mean, it's 3 more CFs going out. Cause we're at 7, he's saying.
yeah. Is it at 7?
It depends when he monitored that, you know, we could be fine tuning things or, because we can do that remotely too. So it might be 7, it might be 6, but it's definitely not more than 7.
Who's on there?
Nobody. Well. People are on there, Blaine. and-
Yeah, I mean, no, I thought you said
The
something.
people I talked to. They're supposed to be out. They're not, they don't care. Doing it.
Okay, so the motion is to let out 10. And I second it. Any public comment?
No.
Means none, all in favor?
Oh,
No.
wait,
No, Elena.
Oh, I know.
Go ahead, Elena.
I just wanted to say that Blaine is in the chat room making comments. And the chat's disabled for everybody else. That's another thing that's interesting. Anyway, he's made a couple of comments. It's in the chat.
Yeah, I've been
Oh.
tracking.
I was just saying, if you go up to 10 and back to 6, I would just notify the agency groups. If the temporary modification was a week-to-week deal, so I think just keeping everyone notified.
I think that's what Chuck explained to us.
Yeah, I agree with that.
so I'm the only one that can access chat. Because I'm the only one that's monitored, I guess,
Okay,
Co-hosts and hosts.
yeah, and you can access too.
Yep.
Okay, so I just access chat. So we'll watch you, Blaine, to make sure that.
What does he actually say?
okay. I was just
Yeah.
trying not to interrupt anyone, but yeah, all right, sounds good.
This
I
is
will-
Elena. This is Elena. The chat should be open
Talking to
and it
Blaine,
should be explained.
talking to Blaine, please. Go ahead, Blaine.
Yeah, if I'll not use the chat if you don't want me to. I didn't realize that was not
It's fine.
It's fine,
Okay.
Blaine, I'll watch
okay.
it. Have it on.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
Okay,
Thanks.
and you want me to read it? Blaine says temporary modification consent was for week to week. If go up to 10, should at least notify the group to see if any issues. I mean, go from 6 to 10 back to 6 later, then you need to notify.
And that's what Chuck says, because we've already talked to him
Yeah.
and that, we gotta let him know. He explained that. Why she's saying,
Well, I will watch the chat.
Sounds good, thanks.
Okay, thanks, Blaine.
any other public comment on that? That's giving them time. Who's supposed to call in, Chuck?
No, there's supposed to be people on Zoom.
We still
They're not there.
we still got 7 minutes, so it's still.
Most likely.
No, we'll wait 7 minutes, in case one of them, that way we give them time. How much ice is on the lake? Do you know, officially saying?
I don't.
Have you heard how much Chuck ice is on them? How thick is the ice? That means stuff too, you know, cause then it's holding water through they can't measure. That's the next thing, when it starts coming in, you know, we get warm weather, then it's gonna start being able to get out. Now it's kind of just holding the pot. I mean, I'm not making an excuse. I know we gotta fill it, but totally agree. At $60 a day, I'm not looking at it, we're not making nothing anyway.
Hmm,
I guess,
water and what, that lake is worth a lot more than $60 a day. And that map of the drought, we are in a severe drought.
can you get that to us?
It was on the news, I don't know.
I don't get the news, Chuck, mine's things from looking. Billy, maybe you could get us a drought thing, and we can have it for next week, and then we can look at it, and see what it's all coming. It's a big opportunity.
Yeah.
What is that?
I think it's varnish.
What did that
Or
come
else it's
from?
mud sticking to.
But yeah, we need to see kind of that stuff and see what. Be nice if we get more comments from people, you know, I mean, that's the same thing again, the fish and game. They just leave us as the sitting ducks, and then when it ain't what they want, then all of a sudden they.
Oh, yeah.
And I know you're getting a lot of calls, I got a few from the lower valley and that, I know, it's, people are getting,
What are they saying? They want it to 10?
they're just worried, see what's gonna happen, everybody's getting scared about water, it's their life. Exactly.
So let's just say, just for speculation, that we get to 6 inches below. I know we started letting out 30, but where's that gonna put us?
Well, we get to 6 below and we're letting out 30.
No,
What did you say?
6 inches below, say in June 15th, it was 6, let's say 4 inches. And then we have to start doing 30 out. And we
I
have to
guess we're
spring
kind
like,
of like what you said, we're hoping for rain, to get them spring rains, 'cause, I mean, we could play this a whole different way too, but if we're gonna. Hopefully Mother Nature's gonna help us. That's what we base it on every year, I mean, even, it's not so much a CFN and all that, cause we can't, but it's the whole deal is that Mother Nature controls the whole damn thing.
exactly, but
That's why.
I say you have to be within striking distance of filling that lake.
You gotta remember, then it starts warming up and the wind's howling, we lose all that off the top too. So there's so many facts to it that, you know, it's not just so much about making money.
And then if you get the rains after June 15th was, I think it's June 15th, we have to do 30.
Mm,
I think it's earlier. Is it
Yeah,
June,
it's in June.
June 15th?
June 15th.
Is it June to October? Is that what it is?
Huh?
The June to October, it's 30?
Yeah, I think it's June 15th, I think.
But sometimes they don't want it right away, due to the fact that we kind of base it on what we have sitting there coming.
Okay.
It's a lot of these guys will say, no, we don't.
Oh, Blaine said it's May 15th.
What's
Hmm?
that?
It's May 15th.
I
May,
was thinking May.
Yeah.
I'm just going June.
May 15th, so we gotta
Yeah.
fill that lake by May 15th. And then we're gonna start, because we have to go 30. So,
So on May 15th of last year, was it full?
yeah. we're
Yeah, it
still
was.
about This much, we're just right up with, and then we start getting 30 and then.
We didn't lose much so going to 30 last year, because we started getting on that rate.
Hmm?
We didn't lose that much last year, because we were getting all that.
Okay, looking,
You have a question?
That's what the dam is there for, is to conserve water, so we can go to there before the rain. So that's what it's for, it's going to fill. And when we're having this discussions. The Highline does not matter to this, California, which you're talking about, that does not matter to this area right here. What
May
matters is what we have right here.
exactly,
May
we're talking
18th,
about that now.
May 18th, we were at 1344. Well, they weren't 4 or 6 inches, they're 13. So right now we're 3 inches off. What it says,
In May, we were 13.
yeah, it just right here. 64, 28, 38, 13.44 inches below full pool. So we're, right now, we're, you know, from now until May, we're gaining a half. And then, the 25th was 11.
Oh, Lord, oh, no.
I'm reading it right here, Chuck. I mean, I guess this is what we signed and went by. This is the whole thing that we.
So we're, no.
Oh shit, it's right here. I mean,
So you're saying we were over a foot low in the middle of May?
yeah, May 18th, we signed it. You
What
signed it.
were we in June?
June 22nd is 6 inches. Well,
6 inches?
I have it in a big spreadsheet.
no, it's right here, Billy. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not, I just read what we signed, look
Yeah.
at every week. And then June 30th is 6 inches, never changed.
When were we full?
July 20th, we dropped to 10 inches. So we lost 4 inches and that's when we started up at 35, right? Remember, we were 25 inches below the pool.
In November?
It's all right here, it's all the graph.
November of last year?
Yeah.
So last year was a bad year.
22, yeah, 21 was the worst. Gotta go back here. Anyway, well, we're gonna move on. We got, amendment to Granite County credit card policy.
See you, Paul. Bye-bye. Have a good day.
Have you guys looked this over?
Well, we just made the minor changes, right?
Mhm. It's just that very last thing. It's like 10A or whatever on the very bottom.
It's there at the bottom, if the guy, if they're a little bit late on getting that, as long as they're in a week before they do the.
Claims.
Claims. I don't think there should be a violation of policy will result in all purchasing privileges being revoked, I don't like that.
Okay,
I
let me
mean,
put up.
We're kind of starting to really micro,
Yeah,
that's my. Don't you? I mean,
okay. The thing with the credit card things is she pays them differently. But she pays them before or after. So on the claims, it says they have to be in by the 5th of the month. To do claims. So yeah, I think you're right. I think there can be some leeway. On when they have to be. Into the clerk and recorder's office before they do claims, I would assume.
we don't want them all sudden have
No.
to spend a bunch of money on
Yeah,
that. Or
yeah,
getting
right.
this up here when they go to get a part, then that's that day and it's supposed to be turned in. You know,
Okay, yeah, I think too that. I think to strike that receipts must be turned into the clerk and recorder's office within 2 days of the purchase date. That, yeah, that's,
So,
shouldn't be in there.
kind of.
That shouldn't be in there,
okay, hold on.
simply because claims have to be turned in by at least the 10th of the month. So if someone purchased something. On the 15th of, we'll say November, and claims have to be in by the 10th of December, I don't think they should have to turn it in on the 17th of November. 2 days after they purchased.
I mean, we're
Okay,
starting to
okay.
really
Yeah,
is what that's.
Yeah.
Why I didn't like none of that bottom part, I mean,
Okay,
and all purchasing privileges will be revoked, I mean, just because.
Okay.
That's,
I will
I know
take
we're
that.
trying to get everything in line to do it the right way, but
yeah, I think receipts, and this is just the courthouse credit card.
Correct. So I'm just striking everything after it says all receipts have
Just
to be,
like-
re-
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I agree.
after all receipts have to be returned to the clerk and recorder's
Yes,
office.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm just using Jackie as a thing that if she ordered something.
she doesn't use the courthouse,
Run right.
she doesn't use the courthouse,
Get that. that's-
she has her own.
that
Yeah.
card.
Yeah.
it's just the one in here.
All credit cards now.
I didn't know it says general credit card in courthouse. I would think, is that the
Yeah.
courthouse one?
Yeah, it's just the one for this,
Oh.
for the
yeah.
courthouse building one.
Then most time you just order online, you have fight with it, or did they take it somewhere, or what?
That's a question, yeah. If you have to take it, or if you're going to show it to get a room when you're on convention or something, you're gonna have to take it.
But
With
you're
it.
over there.
Check it out.
You might be over there on the day that everything's supposed to be turned in, so you should have it leave, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just thinking that, there,
No, you're right, I think that needs to be, strike that.
Perfect.
other than that,
I don't know, strike the 2 days, you mean?
Yeah,
But that's the courthouse credit card. I mean, what can't they do with that?
well, if they're at a meeting,
Not the other credit card, it's your courthouse credit card.
but if they're over at a meeting in town on that day, you know, you got 2 days, they charge the first day, you gotta have it 2 days, you're over there 2 days.
Well, most people would pay with their own credit card and then
Yeah,
you're.
I just don't like it where it says in the, they'll be
Instead
removed.
of taking the one credit card from here over there, that's. Doesn't make sense.
Blaine
well,
has
you have to
comment.
show proof of credit card if you're using that credit card. You have to hand it to them, they're using this credit card.
And
The other day I tried to take something, they wouldn't take it because I wasn't good at showing my credit card. I mean, even read them the number, but now they want these.
You show it to them and they,
Blaine has comment.
Oh, go ahead, Blaine.
I was just gonna say, you may want to keep that in there, but give more time to give the receipt, turn in the receipts, like 7 days or 15 days. But just my thought, I think you want them to, employees to make sure they get the receipts in a timely manner. I guess you could say timely manner in there, but then
Yeah.
that's a little vague.
That's what I was trying to get at, Blaine, instead of putting it on just, well, you have to have it 2 days, because what if they're not? Yeah,
timely matter before claims are processed. When claims are due,
that'll work.
and you wanna do it before claims are processed. Because they're processed before we approve them. They're just
That
not-
sounds good.
Okay,
With that,
perfect.
so you bring that back.
I did.
next week and we'll sign it.
I just made the changes now, so I can have it ready for you guys to sign off on today. I just
Okay.
put receipts must be turned into the clerk and recorder's office within a timely manner, and then in parentheses, it says before claims are processed.
Before claims are processed.
Alrighty. We got like 2 minutes. Scott Cromwell from the late architectures here, so. bring that.
Do you guys want to motion? Are you guys gonna motion on that or?
Oh, I thought we'd wait till we got back to read it, make sure.
Oh, yeah, okay,
I think
perfect.
that's where you.
Just want to make sure.
All right, well, we're gonna go. do
On a
the
walkabout?
Walk her through for the courthouse 88 project, so we'll be in your office.
That's me. I like to jump.
All right, I'm gonna leave
Yeah.
this part on until we go on. our
Hi, Blaine.
walkabout.
I like to, I just kind of wanted to jump in and give you some ideas because our wheels were spinning as we're walking through. And so we thought what would be a great location for the new elevator to sit. Part of that began with Dave, who does a lot of construction around here, I understand. And so he had some thoughts on where it could be placed. And so that was our idea, is that, well, let's just pinpoint that location, which ends up being on the north side here. A lot of work internally to make that happen. And so we just kind of want to research a little bit to talk more through that once we get into that side of the project and the proposal. But our original proposal is complete. I created those background plans, and so from that we'll springboard into this next step. So based on what you have in front of you, the small one. Which has the color on it. That, not the one I just handed you, that's just a hard document for you to have. The small one that you have printed out, that Billy printed for you, that was that initial thought, those initial ideas of how do we make that work, the 5-stop elevator needed. And that is likely the best spot to do it. Yeah,
Where's the 5-stop?
So-
1, 2, 3, 4.
yeah, and then the north door, entry door. So we have one from the lowest level, north entry door,
1,
and then
2,
next one.
3.
Okay,
4.
4-stop, yeah, 4
Yeah,
stop.
okay.
I have 5 in my brain.
Where are you going? Going to the domes.
That one still, man.
Right. Where are you going with that? It's the-
Yeah, and so once we figured that out, we had an alternate idea of what if we could put it on the south side outside. But that really disrupts the treasurer's office, you know, get into the vaults, those kind of things, and so,
So on the south side, it would more the clerk
Outside.
and recorder's office.
right, yeah.
Than the
Oh,
treasurer's
treasurer's over here,
office.
right, yeah, quick and recorder. And so it would create a disconnect between the vault and them. But it would work so nice outside
Yeah.
to do that, but we'll just have to work through what those disruptions could be, as it works along the north side. But we certainly think it's doable, it's just a lot of,
So you're thinking the south side would be better?
well, it would be just from, I guess, a disruption of the internal workings of the courthouse during construction. But then there's that disruption that's long-term because we're separating the vaults. From the associated places, because we come in right between the vault. And the treasurer's office.
Oh.
Yeah,
the
or
clerk
the
and
recorder's
recorder's
office.
Between the vault and the office?
Yeah, so we'd have to create a little bit of a
Okay.
corridor, get people.
Yeah, that would really be disruptive.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, it's gonna be, a lot of it, and we're just, you know, I know people are gonna be frustrated, but it's back to the same thing, if we're gonna do this. It's not like we shut it.
But if you're gonna go to the elevator, you'd have to go through the clerk and recorder's office to get to the elevator. And then what?
we create a corridor, and so it would still. the clerk
So
recorder's
then you're
office
going
stays-
into the elevator, which is disrupting, and it's right between
Right,
Where the machine
the
is, I
vault.
think, where they
Yeah.
got that big machine now in there. I think that's what he's
Yeah.
talking about, and then part of that bar would have to come out as well, or the countertop.
right, yeah,
One
Okay,
thing about that, their plans, then we don't have to redo a bathroom for the judge.
You
yeah,
want
That's
this on
gonna
that?
save us a bunch of money. What's that? Just say, just saying.
the only thing
I just
is
have a
you're
question.
disrupting an office.
Yeah, I know, but if they, are gonna do that, though, even on the other side too, right?
yeah, the county health office. will do
So which way would be cheaper?
Well, the least expensive way would be to stay internal. We don't know exactly what the structure is. We're guessing before Joyce to run this way. But that scan will only pick up what we see, you know, what it sees, and so
Right.
we've got to
Right.
spend time trying to figure it out.
So you haven't really walked through to see yourself.
No, I have,
You
yeah,
have.
I've been through a few times, but it's kind of getting out a little,
I've met you before, that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
yeah,
So doing it internally, we're only disrupting the judges' chambers.
that's the.
For a
major
bathroom.
piece. Yeah, so the judge's chambers, the county health are the two big pieces, and then the north stair will have to notch that out a little bit in order to have that.
Well, didn't they say too that the plumbing on that side was a lot more extensive over in this side than we'd have to read, so that might be a lot more. I'm not saying that that's, or what, I guess this is why we're doing this, there's gonna be a lot of. It's gonna be a headache either way.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they disrupt, but.
And there are any other issues that will come across while we're doing it, you never know.
So that would disrupt the clerk of court's office too then. I mean, their vault
Right,
and their office.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, either way, we're
Yeah.
gonna butt heads with people. And
yeah,
there's just not a lot of different, you know, there's one or the other options, and that's.
And the courtroom.
we'll be out of the courtroom, we won't touch that, so we'll be out of that. Yeah, the other piece of that too is just an overall ADA,
Yeah.
after handrails, all that's correct. The men's bathroom, we kind of steered away from that because it's got that raised platform and not sure why. Maybe in 1913, they got it done, we would have to put a men's bathroom in here. And it might just be raised to get plumbing
Hmm.
through that
I
floor.
think it is plumbing
Yeah.
underneath when they were gonna look into the urinals at that right on road.
Okay.
That's what was one of the big deals. And I don't know if you or the other guy said that there's something.
Yeah.
When we first did this quite a few years ago, we started looking at stuff and there's a lot.
And so it might be to the point, and Blaine had brought this up of. Well, instead of, because what we did is we took the women's restroom and converted that, so we made the women's restroom larger and then created a single ADA stall along with that too. And just left the men's alone. And so Blaine had asked, well, maybe now's the time to really investigate the men's and just rebuild that. And see what that is, and so it's just a matter of getting into that floor space and seeing what all that's about,
Yeah, there's a lot of it, there are 8 inches.
right?
It's more than the standard, yeah.
Right.
Which is 7.
Yeah.
I guess we can go, let's start right at the bottom and work our way up and then we write stuff and you guys good with that? We'll tell them and start walking, we love to.
Yeah. Yeah,
I guess my next question is, to make this move, or if we're gonna go ahead with it a little further, does a guy give you, how do we do it now? Say if we all agree, it's not saying if we do it or whatever, but if we make a motion today to go ahead, let's start.
Yep.
Otherwise, we're just gonna sit here and talk and talk and
Yeah.
talk.
Right.
I was thinking the same thing.
I mean, we need it, it's gonna cost $500,000.
We have the money.
It's set
Okay,
aside,
so
so-
like, you've got this discussion on this. So would it have to go on the agenda for decision like next week?
Yeah, I suppose, I thought it said decision, so I guess we weren't really good to make, but now after looking, now we can go ahead and. We'll just put it on, you don't have to come back, we can just do a discussion decision next week and we can start moving ahead and.
Okay.
And then, I guess we're gonna, we'll get it out to bid.
Can we make a decision? Could Blaine advise us on if we could, or?
He jumped off. We're waiting for the next task order, isn't that right?
Right.
It'll be the task order is what you'll make a decision on. So once we get the task order, then that will be to move forward, right?
Right.
Is that
When
right,
that
progress?
really-
Yeah.
in a couple of weeks, or
as soon as we get it from,
yeah, probably a couple weeks, so
Yeah.
it's really just today, Lauren, just cement the idea.
Yeah, we wanted
With
to
the
come
commission.
to meet your face on,
Yep.
instead of looking at the papers, it's, I
Yeah.
guess in 2 weeks or whatever we can do to start moving.
So definitely internal and north side.
I agree.
Yeah.
And so we'll have a little bit, so we may just to kind of walk you through the steps of it. At the basement will probably be a new footing out in front of it. Because we'll have to carry those floor joists, so they'll build a new post and beam, carry the floor joist, and then post and beam, carry the floor joist, so it'll be that same. Idea come on. all the way in.
I guess just where that comes in from, where we come in, we just try to keep it as natural as we can. I know that there's gonna be a lot of metal showing, but that's just like.
Yeah.
Together, if we're gonna have this.
Yeah, it'll be buried in new wall, so you'll see the stainless steel, of course, or we can do it different. But we'll make it as fitting. as possible.
Any other comments?
No.
I think it's good. Thanks for coming over. I understand a lot better now.
Yeah.
Get rid of some of that stuff, which we don't have to worry about. That'll save us some money with them. But those not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You guys, anybody else have anything on this? Any public comment on this? Wayne?
he's not on there now.
Oh, I gotta go turn the cookies.
Yeah. It smells lovely.
That's, that offer.
That's
Well, all right.
Very good. Well, I did bring, since I didn't make it here before Christmas, I thought maybe your commission could use one of these for a long meeting.
Oh, that's so nice.
Especially with, we've got some good places in town, but it's also good for water.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's go into brewery
Fantastic.
with me.
I really appreciate you coming over and getting away and all that. You
Absolutely.
did a good job. understand it way better now. I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I bet it's exciting.
Anyways,
What a neat opportunity, so. Well, thank you very much.
But
Yeah. Thank you.
thanks.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Ken.
Thank you. Always good to see you.
thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you around.
Thank you very much.
Have a good
Appreciate
day.
it. Be in touch. If something comes up, just the old bill or call or whatever, and we can, like I said, in a couple of weeks, let's start moving on it.
Yeah.
Something's coming in, like, it's lucky and find somebody who can do it.
Right. Yeah.
We have to put it out, I think, for, I forget how many weeks. And
As a county, 2 weeks.
it's a meal with 80, so yeah, and get it to them, and have bid open, and then you guys will have to make sure that the ones that bid it are capable of doing it.
And then we'll be here for construction. too, over.
Oh, fantastic.
All righty, well, thank you.
All right.
Wonderful. Have a nice trip back.
Safe travels.
Thank you.
Okay, the next one, there's gonna be cars that go out for silent bid. I guess I need to know which ones are, if there's just gonna be 1 or 2 or 3 cars.
So. The truck, Janine would still like to be able to use this white pickup out here, but it does not run.
We just
I don't
need
know
to have,
what's-
to maybe take it down to Bob's or have Jake come over and look at it, but just need the battery.
I believe that's probably what all it needs,
Or
but
they
the
can't sit there.
emergency brake,
Batteries are junky.
they guys all the time, and the county guys brought it up here. So if
Where's
if
the-
there's
where's
something
the other
wrong
one?
with it, they took it.
There's, it's supposed to stay here.
No, you guys swapped.
The, not that one, the other one,
The silver one,
the silver
they
one.
came and got it and brought us this,
The silver one was
the dumps.
the dumps, and then it was the courthouses to use. Why did
Well,
they
we
switch
just
that?
swap them back out, we'll call Paul and tell him, come up, jump this one, take it over.
Yeah, if this one isn't running right and the silver one's running fine, it was declared for the courthouse. I don't think-
One, they were,
I don't think the road can decide.
well, I don't think they did.
I think you guys did something about it last summer.
Yes,
with
we
the
said
two
that we wanted it
vehicles.
parked up here for use. And someone was using it. On the road.
Nobody's in.
Yeah, I don't know. There was something about the vehicles.
She wants one. She wants one for home garbage dumping that.
Well, when I cut the
I'll
trees,
call Paul and tell him, bring that in the back, take this one, they can work on it. get it
Yeah, they can
running.
work on that.
Cause they're always looking like when they're grading, needing extra pickup, so. Might as well pick that 4-wheel drive.
Well, maybe that's. what-
Is the silver one, is it silver or is it?
it's silver,
Gold, sure.
it's,
Yeah, and I've used that to go for election stuff, right?
right. Yeah, you guys used it and I used it. to
And then for you to haul stuff to dump.
But I mean, some of these, like, yeah, we'll get it back, but like these other ones just sitting here though, the batteries are, they sit there and drain, it's cold, and if you don't start them all the time, I mean, you gotta go out there and start them too, it's just not.
Hold on, Blaine's
Not
getting.
running, we'll let 'em warm up a little bit, and we'll be fine.
Well, I put the battery charger on the Ford, the Taurus. For 2 days, they had last week and it still won't do nothing. So I think the battery's toast.
We're
Because
getting
it's so
rid of it
cold.
right now.
And then the other one is parked so screwy, you can't really get in there. to dump it.
The what?
The other truck, the truck, you can't really get in there to dump it the way it's parked, they
I
backed
got
it in.
little hands up.
So that's one, that Chevy right there, right? That
Yeah, the
one.
white Chevy steps side,
Yeah, I got one of these boxes.
I guess not steps side.
I got one of them little boxes for my records, you just stick it, it's only this big,
Mhm.
walk away, it'll jump in.
Yeah, I have one of those.
You would prefer the silver one.
I don't make a difference to me, all I do is run it down. I wouldn't mind having that back.
I don't care what.
Why did
like,
they do that?
Maybe we told them, we won't, we'd have to go back.
Did you kill them? I didn't.
We don't really.
I don't know what
I
happened.
feel like you guys discussed it in a meeting. I remember
Yes.
something about it last
We
year.
discussed it, we said we want it
I
here.
think that white one was a search and rescue one.
There was some discussion about, I'll have to look it up in the minutes. It was last summer. So I have-
Beside the point, so now it's just a blue car.
So the blue car, and then I talked to the sheriff about that white expedition that's search and rescue, and he said that one's good to go too, but everything needs to be stripped off of it. But public health is interested in the potential of using that because they had shown interest of purchasing a vehicle at one point because of all the places that they have to go to do vaccines and clinics and
And that's four-wheel drive.
all of that.
Or all-wheel drive.
I believe so. So
What do you
I,
mean by public health?
so at one point,
Jackie?
yeah, public health was gonna purchase a vehicle for vaccines, I think, at one point in time, when Leanne was here. Yeah, and I know they had talked about it when Leanne was here with some of that excess money, but, so when I had said that was one of our potential excess vehicles, they were going to discuss the potential
Well,
of
let's just do it.
taking it on.
Till we figure out.
Perfect.
So the one Jackie wants, can't we move it down to the German? I just want more room on there,
Yeah.
You know, it's getting pretty crowded.
so long.
So we would have to
Shut
strip
our
down
nose
and
and
move it down drunk, yeah.
Yeah, that's up to Scott to do it too.
Yeah, that's Scott, right.
Cause I don't know what they keep out or what they want. I don't want to take the road crew, clean it out and I'll say, well, that would.
Okay.
We'll just make enough.
Just the blue one for now.
Clean it out and I'll get it out of there for more room and let's just bid that blue one, 2 weeks old and bid it.
Perfect. I will get it out to the paper.
That guy's all right.
I'm okay with it.
I was gonna make a joke.
Go ahead, I was hoping you'd say something.
Go ahead.
There's 4 studded tires to go with the new car in my shed.
What's that?
There are 4 studded tires for the new car,
Make
in
sure
my
you
shed is
put
not,
out for bid that they.
and they're only been used 1 winter,
With the tires,
4 tires and rims or just 4
just
tires?
the tires. We would take it down to Bob and have them swept,
We're not, it is as is. We're not gonna go buy a battery and
No.
if somebody wants to come up and look at it, they can do their
Yeah.
own. I'm not buying
As is, yeah.
as is. Oh, I guess we need a motion on that.
Well, like a motion to get rid of the blue car. Give the white truck to,
Switch out the white truck with, that's an in-house thing, right?
What?
The white truck goes back to the road, they bring it
Yeah,
back.
they're just.
That's in it,
To see why they could all ask him, see what he thinks about it. Can't be no big deal.
Well, it seems it is, because they keep taking it.
well,
Just saying.
that's just what I'm saying, that if it was something mechanical, I think that they would probably have it fixed. Being the Jake's up there. But the emergency brake was stuck and Wade and I went out there to just pulled it up. But we
That's
can,
because they put them on, they sit there for a month, and then all the shit off the highway gets in and corrode. That's just. Yeah, so. Right now, we're just worried about getting rid of the blue car, we'll get another slot.
okay, I make a motion to get rid of the blue car.
I don't get option. Okay, I second.
All in favor, or, okay.
Um,
We probably comment.
So it goes into the paper, it has to be in the paper 2 weeks. And so we have to have a date for when the silent bid has to be back. So
so
does that have to be in the most?
did they just write a bid in for you? Is that how that
Yeah.
works?
What's that?
They just send a bid in written like an envelope or something?
Got a
Is
big
that how it
seal
works?
pit.
Okay,
Sealed and then you turn it into the clerk recorder.
Recorder, and then on, what is right now, we're.
so it would be,
How about 20?
so it would
See,
probably be on the 14th of February.
yeah, 14th of February.
by 5 o'clock.
It'll be on the agenda to open.
They have to be in by
Has
Monday.
to be in by the 13th.
Yeah,
That way we have.
Yeah. 5 o'clock. And 13,
All right.
and that would be in the ad too, right?
it is.
All right, I think you're out of here now. I don't even know nothing else. Thank you. We'll see y'all later. Have a good day.
So,
Well, let's see if we can get the sheriff to strip that thing down and get it out of there.
yeah, I don't get it.
I'll
That's
talk to
when
him.
these things don't run, they don't get used, they just sit there and then. But yeah, we can take it down. They want like going out there, some of the people live up the roof there and that, it's gonna save us, cause they, I don't know how that works when they're taking their car out to something.
So strip it down and maybe
I
have
don't know, we
it
have.
tuned up.
Yeah.
Check the fluids
Make
and
sure
stuff.
everything's good, so
Yeah.
if it needs a battery up,
Yeah.
where they're gonna use
Yeah.
it, I mean, they got money in there, but they could, but at least have it done.
Yep, I'll coordinate with all the people.
Okay.
That's all. Jack does not have. Here. This there. car, you take it.
Alrighty, so I guess we'll move on to this Flint Creek Trails Association. And point of contact for Rady's planning grant application process. This is turning into be a great big more headache and a thing than I agree about. The way I understood it. Yes, now we're just doing the
It's a lot.
2,500 support. Now it's.
Well, that's all this is saying. Did you read it?
So it's a lot of work. I sat in on the conference call yesterday. Flint Creek Trails Association has done a ton of the groundwork. They did put together a really great PowerPoint presentation for grant writers yesterday. One of the grant writers on the project is Craig Erickson from Great West Engineering, who we've worked with before. So he does know our county really well, but the Trails Association is very knowledgeable. And it is going to be a ton of work right up to the deadline.
So what this says is Flint Creek Trails Association, acting on behalf of Granite County, shall be point contact. Is what this is saying. Basically. Because there isn't anything we can do about it right now until they get their grant.
Right, so the application process is going on now. I think the application is due February. It's like the middle of February, so it's really in a time crunch. So it's really working with the grant writers to get the grant written is what it is.
So
So
that's
it's-
what we agreed on is just to help with the grant. Writers. And go from there.
So I'd entertain a motion.
I'd entertain a motion. You would? Guess I have to make it, because. Okay, I make a motion that we designate Flint Creek Trails Association as point of contact. For raised planning grant application process.
Do I have a second? No. Not second it because we already gave them the money, but gave them the money, so. All in favor or public comment? All in favor?
I,
Opposed? No. I sign that, Billy, in here,
All right, thank you.
okay? So. The next one's, hang on, got my head a little bit here, but. Next one's a federal financial report, this is on, FAA Airports Division. Was this so that we thought we was gonna figure out whether we could
Yep.
get back or?
So I called KLJ. And I had talked to Nathan. I sent you guys that email, but if you wanted some more direction from Nathan, that you could go ahead and call him. Because he wasn't going to be able to come in and talk. But basically, their part of everything for the master plan is done on this grant. So this is just the year-end closeout. I think there was one reimbursement that we have left to submit that we're waiting to submit, but that is it. The grant is all done. It's over. This is the end. We'll have one more reimbursement to request, and that is it, but this is just the year-end report.
okay, on that, waiting for, is that the unobligated balance of 24,150?
I believe so.
Okay. And this is the year end, and we're just waiting for the balance, the unobligated balance. And pay out that 24,150 and it's done.
Yes, because we paid it already, so we'll just wait. for
We're waiting to
reimbursement.
get it back.
Reimbursed. Yes.
I make a motion. That's, what are we doing?
FAA year-end financial reporting, that's that.
That we accept it? I make a motion that we accept FAA year-end financial reporting. SF 425.
I second it.
Public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
It's been kind of hectic, it's way that, you know, it's kind of hard to understand what they win. I mean, that's a lot of money. Okay. The next one is on, Blaine, a special deputy proposal. This is not that we need her right away, but if we did, we can get her. We've had her before help us do stuff. She's really good. Susan Callahan. It's appointment of Susan Callahan as Granite County Deputy Attorney. Just if something happened that she knows water stuff too.
We don't have to wait till 11:30.
No, you have this disclosure on the bottom of your. Wayne put this disclosure on the bottom of
We
your.
put that on the
agendas.
bottom, where times are given on gender or a problem if times meant for guidance to the code question.
Yep. Wayne has a comment.
Go ahead, like,
So Lewis Smith does that now. He is trying to kind of reduce his workload and eventually retire here in the next few years. So he asked that we find someone else. Susan Callahan's willing to do it. And yeah, no work for her right now, but as conflicts of interest arise, she would be willing to handle cases.
okay,
Yeah, I'll move that we appoint Susan Callahan as Granite County Deputy Clerk.
I'll second it.
public comment,
Got 30 minutes of.
being none, all in favor? Aye.
This is basically a formality, right? Wayne,
Yeah, it's the commission has to approve it, and yeah, but definitely we need someone. So and she's good, so it's a win-win, I think.
Yeah.
If Commissioner Adler would just write approved on the bottom of the letter and sign and date it, that would be good for my purpose. And then we'll have for sign an oath of office.
Okay, I just signed it. And now we're just waiting for Billy to bring back that credit card policy, we look it over again and so yeah. All do it. Thanks, Wayne.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Okay. There is that. Okay. We have a comment from Elena.
Go ahead, Elena.
I didn't have time to check it, but I was just wondering, and I don't know, but you're appointing a deputy attorney. Shouldn't that be a little bit more formal than just stamping a letter correspondence? Shouldn't there be a resolution?
Now, Blaine just went over it.
I know that. I'm asking, shouldn't there be a resolution? Because it is a formal thing that she is going to be a deputy attorney for Granite County. That's my question. I'll look into it. Thanks.
Yeah, go ahead, thank you. Blaine wants to answer you.
No kidding. I can see that.
Don't have to be rude.
So the formal resolution's not needed, the acceptance of that agreement, but we'll do a certificate of appointment and a oath of office for her to they'll be signed. So that all those together will be acceptable. It's the same thing we've done here in the past.
Thank you.
Does the wording look good in the credit card policy?
Big change. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Are you guys gonna motion on it or today?
So now we'd entertain a motion accepting.
Okay. I just don't want to miss it in my minutes. They're all over the board.
I'll move to accept the credit card policy dated January 2022.
I'll second it.
Public comment?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carried back.
So what vehicle are the people supposed to use to mark the junk cars?
Say that again.
What vehicle are the people supposed to use to go mark junk cars?
I imagine if it was, easy to do, they could use the county one. It's not
I'd
being
use,
used.
use a new car if it's where they can feasible to get to, but like a couple.
Well, that's what I said before.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's for. There's some of them like up Rockford, when they went up there, no, they need, you had to have a four-wheel drive pickup. to get
Yeah.
back, you
And
know.
that pickup, but get it back here, they can take that.
I don't, is it four-wheel drive? I
I
didn't
don't
think
know.
that one was. I don't know, I'll ask Paul.
Yeah.
We'll get it back.
Well, like, she didn't care, it's just that. Which one?
Well, the thing about it is, some of these, they need to just be started.
Yeah.
It's not. They. There was something, we did something, we needed.
You did, you flopped on my home.
So we want the better running vehicle parked out here. For the,
I'm gonna find it.
right?
And then get rid of like some, yeah, on wood top, so we have a little more room.
Yeah.
That's a guy can get in here.
Yeah.
It's. You know, the guys, right this spring, they have the janitor trim some of these trees back a little bit on that side, so they can pull in a little more, they're not sitting, worried about them, limbs hanging down on them. Cause he's gonna put them, well, he's talked about trimming some of the trees, Dave
Yeah.
Kessel, he's gonna put, so that'll work. When he's gonna put that new railing in.
He's gonna trim trees.
Yeah, cause there was some hanging down in the way when they. tried
Be a
to
tree
replace
trimmer.
it. That one, it was all in the, just to get it done,
How's the deal going?
Last week he come in before the meeting. And they're still waiting on Clyde and. The electrician out there, but Clyde had, and we told him. Gil, Scott, and I told Scott, get another guy that comes on.
Blaine,
Go ahead, Blaine.
Oh, I did hear that Clyde Crispin moved the gas line, and so that was done, and so,
Oh.
or I think it's all. All a go here for him to finish it up.
After we adjourn here, I'll walk over and see what's going on too, because he said something about there was a person in the front, a person in the back, and delay some other stuff they couldn't have, I don't. Maybe they got.
Okay.
That's what, Dave said
Yeah.
last. Week. I told him, make sure though, when it comes in, he has to be on the agenda. Can't,
Yeah, good point. I do know one of the inmates was posted bail, so yeah, I think they are down to one.
And Scott said he is gonna let us know too, because we kind of threw it back in his plate, but you know, what he's gotta do, we'll get moving on it, so.
So I have a comment on when we're walking through the building and I see that the JP hasn't moved into the other office.
Yeah,
Is there a reason why?
I don't know why, I thought that's
She
what the
hasn't,
deal was.
she hasn't told me
We
anything.
spent all
I-
that money doing all that, got it already, and then Blackfoot changed everything, right?
So she has to contact the state. So that's up to her to contact the state, to have the state do the wiring. And that was what she was going to do the last that I had talked to her, and that was before the holiday break.
Can we send her a letter or something asking why we're not using that?
I will follow up with her this week.
Yeah, I don't think there's any change in your mind now. Of deciding, no, I don't want it. I think it's already been decided that.
So who's gonna use her on that?
Healthy Granite County Network uses that office space.
But I mean, we just fixed all that.
Well, I think that needs to be stressed that. It's been months and months. And
Well, we don't even know what I mean, she needs to comment to us, let us know what's going on, but I mean, it's time that she needs to get moved over to there, so we can start getting everything organized again. Either a letter or
Yeah.
something, find out what.
Yeah, I'll follow up with her. And I
what
knew,
the Plan is, she
Yeah.
can hold them to change the phones. Any other comments or anything? Make a motion to adjourn,
I'll second it.
all in favor? Good job.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good week.
You too.
Bye, Blaine.
thanks,
Get
bye
healed
Blaine.
up.
All right. See ya.
One more.
Thanks.
No more basketball for a while.
No, you can't play that.
Yeah. The Dr. Price said no basketball ever, so I'm done, I guess.
Oh, no.
Have a good one.
You can take up square dancing. You got a straight leg.